Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Both teams wrapping up their warm-ups, just about set for action in the ACC. Thanks for checking out the pregame show. NCAA college football action coming up next with Brad and Kirk on the call. David and I will see you at halftime.
More than 83,000 fans pack into Doak Campbell Stadium for every game and are treated to top-notch college football action. It's time for the coin toss now, presented by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Taylor is on the field to kick this one off, and everyone in the stadium is ready for this game to get started. Harris takes it from the 6. Gets to about the 27-yard line. Final game for these seniors on their home field. Some will get to the next level and play some more football. Others, they'll be putting the helmet on for the final time. The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game. Incomplete. Almost picked off.
Boy, Brad, this guy drops an interception. And what's ironic about that from going to the meetings the other day is that this guy's been telling the coaches he wants to play some wide receiver. You wonder why you're not playing wide receiver? Because you can't catch the ball as a defensive back.
From their own 27-yard line. Second down. He's to the 40. Brought down at the 44.
When you're running the ball for big chunks of yards like that, you've got something working.
Strike complete. He's down. Oh, picks up 6 yards with that grab.
The 50-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
From the 50, it's second down. And he's tackled around the 38-yard line.
Nice job of picking up the Mike linebacker blitz and hitting his man for the first down.
Handoff, and he's met immediately.
The offense knows that the linebackers are cheating up a little bit on the run. If they can get some protection, they might want to open up a little bit of space for some passes underneath.
2nd and 11 coming up now. Ball on the 39. He's at the 20. Touchdown, North Carolina. And for Hall, he eclipses the 1,000-yard mark for rushing.
What I've been impressed with all year long is the way this guy's earned those yards, oftentimes breaking 2-3 tackles before someone finally brings him down.
And he tacks on the extra point. A 6-play, 73-yard drive, and they come away with 7 points.
Well, the blocking up front was just amazing. I think that's what led them to those big runs.
Sends it sailing downfield. Tries to get around the corner. He's to the 20. The Seminoles have a player that's up for national awards. It's all speculation right now. You can talk about awards after you win them. He's got to worry about playing this football game. So let's see what the offense can do as they come out onto the field. The offense going to try to open this field up, coming out in a 5-wide set. And the defense counters with their dime. Gets it out quick, and it's going the other way.
He telegraphed that throw. He eyed his receiver the whole way. That was an easy read by the defense.
From the 30-yard line, first down. North Carolina is up a score. Up the middle for a nice gain. Johnson picks up about 7 yards on the run.
That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Handoff, and he's met in the backfield. So it's third down now, and they're going to need about 4. Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no different today. Throws, and it's knocked away.
Alert read on that play. He didn't have too much time to react to that pass.
North Carolina is hoping to make this a 2-score game. Kicks away, and he splits the uprights.
Boy, he had plenty of distance there and pushed it through. Very impressive leg strength.
10-0, North Carolina. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. And he's tackled at the 24. And the offense will take the field, and they're certainly hoping to do better than they did in their last drive, which ended with a turnover.
He can't dwell on the interception. There's still a whole lot of football to be played today.
Quarterback's going to run it, and he's got room to work. He's got the corner, and he's taken down at the 45-yard line.
A good quarterback knows when and how to improvise. And if he's got the skills, he can also turn a scramble into something big.
Throws to the tailback, incomplete.
Brad, this corner just made a great play on the football. You wonder if he's starting to maybe get into the mindset of this quarterback, and maybe the quarterback's going to look in the other direction to try to come up with a completion.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 45-yard line. Fires it out.
You know, the wide receiver here does a good job of running a nice route, but I think it's the concentration of what he did at the end of the route that made the difference. He felt the coverage. He knew that he had a man on him, but he's able to keep the defender away from the football and go up and make a nice catch.
Gets it out quickly. To the 10. And down he goes at the 1-yard line.
That makes it 1st and goal.
That's a great tackle at the 6-yard line.
You have to keep an eye on this guy, especially during passing situations, because he does a great job of getting to the quarterback, as we saw right there.
Griffith comes in at quarterback.
It's 2nd and goal. 6 yards to the end zone. Touchdown, FSU! Here's the point after to try to cut this to a 3-point game. He splits the uprights with the extra point. They line up to kick this one away. Fielded at the 4. Tackle at the 25. The Tar Heels really taking care of business early in this football game.
Yeah, somebody forgot to tell them that they're the big underdog in this game and they're supposed to lose. I love their confidence that they're playing with right now.
The defense was able to keep them out of the end zone on their last possession, but the offense did pick up 3. North Carolina is up by 3. Can't wrap him up. He's to the 40. Down the sideline. The 10. Touchdown, UNC. And he adds the extra point. Jones ready to kick. He sends this one deep. He's to the 10. Brought down at the 23. They need to show a little giddy up now, because if they don't start eating into this deficit, they could easily fall out of the game. Going deep.
Anthony was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 23. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers. Quick throw out to the receiver, incomplete.
You know, he's been working really hard lately on his fundamentals. In fact, the other day in practice, I was really watching him work with the quarterback coach, and they've been focusing on that aspect of it. Here, it looked like he may have taken a step backwards and really just let that one go.
From their own 23-yard line, 3rd down.
3 down. Mike 55, Mike 55.
Steps out of bounds, right around the 30.
7 on the play. 4th down.
Abrams is the punter. There's a punt, and it's a line drive. North Carolina is taking no prisoners in this game so far, Herbie.
Well, they've really exploited some one-on-one opportunities and came up with some big plays that eventually have led to those touchdowns.
So their last drive resulted in 6 points. Do you think we'll see the same result on this one?
They ran the ball extremely well on their last drive, and until this defense figures out how to stop it, I think they'll have no problem moving the ball down the field.
He's taken down at about the 49.
You like to see a team having success like this running the football. It can really open up things for the offense.
From their own 49-yard line, it's 1st down. They try to run up the middle, but met in the backfield.
That was a loss of 4 yards. That makes it 2nd and 14.
From their own 45-yard line, it's 2nd down. Here's the pitch, and now he's got the corner. Good outside run there.
Called a gain of 6 yards. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Complete pass and hit hard as he came down with it. Looks like the defense was in man coverage there, fellas, and that's why they stopped that screen.
Yeah, and when the secondary isn't dropping back into zone, it makes it difficult to have success with that kind of screen play.
White, the return man. They get this one off, and it's a beauty. And he's taken down at the 11-yard line. The last time this offense had the ball, it was 3 and out.
They've been beaten soundly on both sides of the ball, and we haven't even gotten to the second quarter.
Going deep, lays it out there, and got him! To the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Seminoles. Here's the extra point to draw within 3 points. He makes the PAT. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Pace from the 4. He's tackled at the 30.
Kickoff returns 26 yards.
The offense takes the field again. They were forced to punt their last time out. North Carolina holds a field goal lead. He's tackled at the 41-yard line.
Gain of 11 yards. First down.
From their own 41-yard line. First down. He's out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
16 yards on the play.
Hands it off inside. Brought down.
That brings us 3rd and 12.
Third down now, and they need to get it inside the 49. The crowd at this stadium always a factor in a football game. Inside handoff. Nice run there as they work the outside.
Gain of 6 yards. 4th down.
We played one. North Carolina leads it 17-14. And we're back for more action here in quarter number 2. North Carolina has a 3-point lead. They'll bring him down at the 20-yard line.
That's how we do, D. That's how we do. They don't want none. They don't want none of this.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions.
3 down. Mark 55. Mark, go.
Even though they didn't sack him, the pressure was still enough to force a bad pass. If you can get in there and disrupt the pocket, then the quarterback is going to have a tougher time getting the ball to his playmakers.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on the 20. Got it to the senior. The 50. To the 20. The 10. Touchdown, Florida State. That's the second catch for 6 he's registered today.
You know, this guy is such a difficult target to cover in the passing game. It usually doesn't matter who's covering him. He always seems to find a way to get open and make a catch.
And he hits the PAT. A short 2-play, 80-yard drive, and it results in a touchdown.
You know, you always prepare your offense to think that we're going to have some success. These guys got to be coming over the sidelines after touchdown saying, man, I didn't expect it to be this easy.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He'll take it from the 2. And for Hall, he's had a very good night running the ball.
Well, it's a lot of fun when you're not getting touched until you get to the second level of the defense. That way he has plenty of room to be able to make some big plays. And these are the kind of backs that I just love. He's not afraid when he gets down by the goal line to put that chin strap on a little bit tighter, get those shoulder pads ready, lower the pads, and run through a defender. That's a guy that wants to score a touchdown.
He laterals. Nice run there.
That's a gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. Tackle made at the 34.
Super effort by the tailback to pick up a nice gain and a first down. He's really a good-looking ball carrier.
Quick throw, incomplete, wanted his receiver.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line. And he hits him hard at the 35-yard line. Pickup of a yard for the tailback.
That'll make it 3rd and 9.
It's arguably the loudest crowd in the nation, and they are turning it up a notch. Gets it out in a hurry. Oh, he had a shot at the pick.
Smith breaks it up. That'll bring up 4th and 9.
Jones is waiting for the snap. He's to the 40. And down he goes at the 42. The Seminoles over the years have had great quarterbacks. They've got another one. He's proving to be that here in the first half, and he's the true leader of this group right now.
Leadership. You hit the nail right on the head. This team is moving the football, but it has everything to do with this young man and what he's been able to do for them. Because it's, again, he's making great throws. He's making good checks at the line of scrimmage. But the thing that's standing out to me is his leadership and the way this team responds to that leadership. And that's why this team right now has played as well as they have.
He gets out to about the 42-yard line.
No gain. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Second and 10. Ball on the 42-yard line. Florida State is up by 4.
Check, check. Disco Raver. Disco Raver.
He's got it with room to run. To the 20. Tackle around the 18-yard line. He's getting awfully close now to the school's single-season passing record.
It's been a terrific campaign for this young man from day one. Breaking that record would be quite an honor.
It's first down and 10 now after picking up some great yardage through the air.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. It's been a long day for you.
Pass complete and taken down immediately. Both players were very aggressive in going after that ball. This could go either way.
It's pretty tempting to try to push off the defender, especially when the coverage is really tight. When the officials see your arms extend, they're going to throw the flag.
So first down once again, but a long ways to go after that penalty. And they make the stop at the 19-yard line.
That'll bring up second and 11.
Sets up a screen. Tailback's got it. He gets hit out of bounds around the 14-yard line.
Third down.
From the 14-yard line, third down. Florida State holds a 4-point lead. And he's going to be sacked.
Absolutely perfect call by the defensive coordinator. He brought just the right amount of pressure from the right direction, and it seemed to confuse the offense.
It's up, and it's good. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. Pace takes it at the 4. And he's tackled at the 27-yard line. Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. He's to the 40. He's at midfield. Inside the 30. Dives, and he's down.
That's good for a gain of 49 yards. That makes it first and 10.
First and 10. Let's see if they can build off that great run. And he's tackled around the 26-yard line. Makes it to the 17.
That's good for a gain of 9 yards. That makes it third and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first down here on third down. These fans are showing you why teams hate to come here, folks. And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
Fred, I think they're showing a lot of confidence in this running back. Here's third down and medium. In some cases, you might be thinking that the offense would want to pass, but instead they give it to their back, and he shows that they're not wrong in being able to pick up that first down.
Brought down right around the 14-yard line.
That's got to be very frustrating for that running back. This offense is trying to get in sync and trying to get a rhythm established, and for such a negative play to happen, loss of yards, it can really have a negative impact on the offense and what they're trying to do.
He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
That'll make it third and 9.
And here's another third down. And they got it.
Oh, that is a big hit on the quarterback. That's one of those as an offensive lineman, when the film study starts to come around, you're going to kind of sink in your chair and just hope they don't call you out, because you're going to get embarrassed on Monday from that one.
Flags are all over the place, and they'll blow it dead.
False start. Offense.
Maybe he got the cadence wrong coming out of the huddle. The coaches have a low threshold for mistakes like that.
So they've moved him back, and it's 4th and long. He gets it up, and it's long enough, and it sails right on him. No good. So they come up empty-handed there.
Kickers have to have a short memory. Just go out and make the next one.
In a game that's this close, you can't afford to waste possessions. In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. Incomplete, and that wasn't the greatest pass in the world.
Well, I don't know how anybody can throw a great pass while getting drilled like that.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Ball on their own 29. Florida State is up 7. Throws it into coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's taken down at the 36-yard line. Fires it out. Touchdown, UNC. Here comes the kicker to try to tie this game up. And he adds the extra point. North Carolina lines up for the kickoff. He'll return it from the 1. Across the 30. He's taken down at the 43-yard line. Well, the points are coming like snow flurries in the winter.
And we still have time to go here in the first half. Who knows? Maybe we can get a couple more touchdowns out of this.
You always want to go in the locker room with momentum, so as we get closer to halftime, I think we'll see more and more attempts to create big plays. Tries to fit it in there, and it'll be intercepted. He's taken down at about the 47-yard line.
I just don't think he saw the defender, and he threw the ball right at him. That's what happens when you focus on one guy. You get tunnel vision.
From their own 47-yard line. First down. Gets it out quickly. He's knocked out of bounds right around midfield.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
The Tar Heels using their 3rd and final timeout.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
It's 3rd down, and they're about 2 yards shy of the sticks. And we'll probably see how far he can throw it, as it should be the last play before the half. Going long. Nice catch on that one. He makes the PAT. Well, we played a half of football. The Tar Heels with a touchdown lead. All right, Reese and David, welcome back, everybody. Just about set to start the second half. Sends it sailing downfield. He's to the 10. He's tackled at the 22-yard line.
Both teams are kind of struggling to take control of this game. Obviously, they're both very, very competitive with one another. It just seems that the lead is going back and forth between the two teams.
This deficit can be easily overcome, sure. But they have to be thinking if they don't get something going on this series, the burden is going to be felt by their defense. Quick pass, intercepted. At the 30.
Personal foul. Clipping.
You like that?
Offense.
You like that?
So the offense will move a little bit closer with that penalty. From the 44-yard line, it's first down. North Carolina is up by a touchdown. Throws complete. He's got room to work. He's pushed out of bounds at about the 35. What a throw for a big gain.
That is a great example of the quarterback seeing the whole field and finding the guy who had the best chance of making a catch.
He fights forward to about the 33.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. First down.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 33-yard line.
The reason why it's so crucial to be able to run effectively like this is it keeps the defense guessing. They have no idea whether you're passing or running, even if you need medium to long-range yards.
Watch the run, watch the run. No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. Ready?
And they hit him in the backfield.
Loss of 4 yards on the play. That makes it 2nd and 14.
So it's 2nd and 14. Ball on the 25-yard line. And they got him.
This quarterback has to do a better job of avoiding the rush because sacks can be real drive killers.
Right now, the crowd is number 12 of the 11 on the field defensively. Quick strike to the receiver.
I know the defense would have liked to have prevented such a big gain, but the important thing is that they held and brought up 4th down.
So the kicking team is on the field. They'll try for 3. North Carolina up 7 points. Kicks up, and he got it. Looks like they're ready for the kick. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He gets out to about the 18-yard line. There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. And down he goes at the 28-yard line. Throws it in a hurry.
That'll make it 2nd and inches.
Zips it left.
That'll bring up 3rd and inches.
So it's 3rd down, and they're just inches away from picking up the first down.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
He's tackled at the 36.
That makes it 1st and 10.
wants to go long and does. Missed him. A little too much juice on that one.
And this quarterback sometimes gets a little bit too excited back there and tries to put too much on it. He's got to relax and just make a good throw.
From their own 36-yard line, it's second down. He flings it right. And it's going the other way. It's the senior corner. Tackle made at the 47-yard line.
Gain of 11 on the play. First down.
From their own 47-yard line. First down. Bounces off a would-be tackler. They'll bring him down at the 34-yard line.
You know that saying, get your keys out, because we're on a drive? This offense right now is on a drive. I mean, this is their third first down. They're doing just about anything they want, and they're really starting to wear the psyche of this defense down.
He makes it out to maybe the 33-yard line.
Gain of 1 on the play. That brings up second and 9.
We've got a 2nd and 9 here. Ball on the 33. The Tar Heels running back down there on the sideline. He was injured earlier. He means a lot to this offense, but I think he's going to be able to come back in. Looks like he's ready to go. They'll bring him down for a loss on the play.
The thing about the option is you're going to have some negative plays, but if you keep running it, it'll create some big play opportunities.
Tackle right around the 18-yard line.
At the 18-yard line. That makes it first and 10.
From the 18-yard line. First down. Got a man. Watch out here. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Gain of 9 yards. That brings up second and 1.
Here's the 8th play of the series. He's into the open field. Touchdown, Tar Heels. And he hits the PAT. A 7-play, 64-yard drive. And they add 7 points to the scoreboard. The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He really got a hold of that kick. He's to the 10. Brought down at the 20-yard line. I'm sure the quarterback would love to make amends for that last pick.
Anytime you give the ball away, it's a disappointment. So these guys want to show that they can hang on to it.
He's got it with room to run. And they make the stop around the 27-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up second and 3.
Fires incomplete.
This is a well-designed play by the offensive coordinator. Everything really seemed to be working just fine, except for the quarterback. He's got to throw a better football.
Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Fires complete over the middle. And he's tackled around the 41-yard line.
That'll move the chains for another FSU first down.
going to hit the ground, incomplete.
Hale was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 41. 5 wide. He rolls out to the right. And they push him out around the 43-yard line.
You like that? You like that?
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 55. Mike 55.
It can be tough making a play on the ball sometimes, but that's probably a pick he should have made.
4th down.
It's 4th down, and they're going to try to go for it. This is a very questionable play call here. I'm not sure I agree with it. They elected to go for it and fail.
And it's tough to come back when you give your opponent good field position like that.
In hindsight, I've got to think this coach is going to understand that that call just didn't make too much sense. And offense is back on the field after running the ball very well on their last drive.
This offensive line really opened up some big gaps for the running back last time.
Brought down at about the 43-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
2nd down, 10 to go. Ball on the 43.
Nice job of picking up the Mike linebacker blitz and hitting his man for the 1st down.
1st down.
Check. Tight right. Shift. Hey.
And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
Gain of 4 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd down, 6 to go. Ball on the 28.
Shift.
And they get him in the backfield for a loss.
That makes it 4th and 7.
We've reached quarter number 4, and right now it looks like we may have an upset. North Carolina's lead is 17. All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the 4th quarter.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
He gets hit out of bounds right around the 24-yard line. They'll call on the field goal unit here for this long field goal attempt. It's up, and he got it. And he's got to be happy about that kick.
Oh, no question. This kid is just a solid kicker.
The score now, North Carolina 44, Florida State 24. He just drills this one. He's to the 10. He's to the 20. Tackle made at the 26. Florida State's really used to having everything go their way on offense, and that hasn't been the case today.
Hasn't been the case. You know, the offensive coordinator, I think, may have looked at this game as if it would be no problem. Just show up and be able to move the football. But I think he got a lesson on why it's important to take every single opponent seriously.
And here we go with the offense ready to get things going again. He's to the 40. He's at midfield. Inside the 30. The 10. He'll take it all the way for the touchdown. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Florida State to kick. Meyer fields at the goal line. And down he goes at the 28. Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop. Got some open field. He's taken down at the 41-yard line. So the option play gets some big yards right there.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing how sometimes this guy is able to find the hole and get through it.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 41. Takes it up the middle for a nice run.
Gaining 5 yards. That brings him 2nd and 5.
Fumble. It's recovered.
Bowling recovers the fumble.
Pretty good looking touchdown drive the last time these guys were out there. Finds his receiver, and that's a 1st down. And he's taken down around the 22-yard line. Pressure got to him, and it's picked off. Good job to pick that ball off.
He did a great job at getting in that passing lane and coming away with the ball.
First and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. And they got him for a loss.
You've got to admire the intensity that these linebackers bring to the table. As soon as he saw it was staying on the ground, he made a beeline for the ball carrier.
There he goes. He's at midfield. And he's finally knocked out of bounds at the 32-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
1st down and 10 to go after the big gain on the run. Makes the grab, and he's got the 1st. And down he goes at about the 13.
1st down.
They'll knock him down for a loss. So the quarterback keeps it on the option, but he'll lose a yard.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
We've got a 2nd and 11. Ball on the 14-yard line. Oh, gains about 4 yards on the play.
4 yards. 3rd down.
Tackled after a decent pickup.
Normally you look for the pass in those kinds of situations, but a very alert play stopped that run short of the sticks.
4th down. They're going to go for the easy 3 here. Looks like he flinched down there on the line.
False start, offense.
Sometimes what happens on a false start As a lineman will see movement on the other side of the ball and be coaxed into jumping early.
Kicks away, and he got it. North Carolina is ready to kick it away. Excellent kick. He's to the 10. And he's tackled at the 18. Time's running short here, so let's see what plays out.
Well, the offense is going to be in must-score mode, and the defense knows that if they can come up with just one more stop, that could seal the victory.
They threw a pick the last time out. Should be interesting to see what they do this time.
And we'll see how aggressive this defense is when they come back out. I wouldn't be surprised if they kept up the pressure to try to fluster this quarterback some more.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. Sets up a screen. Tailback's got it. He's tackled at the 36.
Well, the defensive line has to do a better job there of feeling that screen out. And a lot of times the offensive line will dictate whether or not it is going to be a screen pass or not. When they feel and sense the offensive lineman releasing out to get out in front of the screen and to be able to try to make a play downfield, again, the defensive line is the key for any defense and being able to slow down a screen play.
Goes incomplete, intended for his wideouts.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 36-yard line. 2nd down. Throws it deep. And he's got it! And a huge touchdown play. And the quarterback stays on the field as they try for the two-point conversion. Less than 3 minutes in the game. He's got the 2. So under 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And the score is North Carolina 47, Florida State 39. Florida State kicked this one off. Meyer fields it at the 2. He's to the 20. He's tackled at the 32. You know this is a real crucial time in the game. It could still go either way.
Check 3, check 3, check 3. Let's go, let's go.
Going deep. He got it to the 10. Touchdown, Tar Heels. He makes the PAT. North Carolina is lining up to kick this one off. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. They'll bring him down at the 17. Well, they got the result you always want on the last drive. Let's see if it happens again.
As long as this quarterback has time to throw, then you can guarantee that he'll find the open man.
Tackle right around the 44-yard line. Tackle made at the 40. A little more than 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
Makes the catch and look out. Out of bounds at about the 27-yard line.
He looked pretty cool back there. Even with the outside linebacker blitzing, he made an accurate throw, and the result is a new set of downs.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 27. He lets it go. He hauls it in and gets out of bounds.
Makes it first and goal.
Run play, and he'll lose yards.
That brings up second and goal.
They're at the 2. Second down. This defense not wanting to give an inch here. Touchdown, FSU! So the offense is going to go for 2.
Check 15, check 15.
They got it. So with less than 2 to go in the fourth quarter, the score is North Carolina 54, Florida State 47. There isn't much time left. This isn't what you normally see here. Harris from the 2. He's taken down at the 25-yard line. These offensive coordinators have done a remarkable job. I think it's going to be who blinks first.
Well, I think both of them right now feel pretty good about what they're trying to do. The challenge for them is not to change the mojo and the rhythm that they've both been able to create.
Both teams realize that when the ball is snapped, we're one play away from a very different ball game. Less than 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. And they make the stop around the 26-yard line. Pickup of a yard for the tailback.
That was a great tackle. The defender seemingly came out of nowhere and put a big hit on the ball carrier.
Man left, man left.
From their own 26-yard line, it's second down. Nice run up the middle. The Seminoles are going to call their second timeout. Really one of the very tough places to play in college football, and it's no different today. And they get him in the backfield for a loss. The Seminoles using their third and final timeout. White, the return man. And he can't hang on to the ball. He gets out to about the 42-yard line. Well, they've got the ball back, but they're still trailing.
A field goal is out of the question here. They need to get the ball into the end zone.
Not much of a problem getting the ball in the end zone on their last drive, as this quarterback just picked apart the defense.
So much of the passing game is about the timing between the quarterback and his wide receivers. And right now with this offense, they are in sync, and really the timing and execution is flawless.
Zips it to the tight end. And he's tackled at the 49. Quick out to his receiver. This quarterback definitely has some confidence in his arm, Kirk.
It sure looks that way. That was well covered by the defense, and he still got it in there.
From the 35-yard line, it's first down. Under a minute left in the game. He gets out to about the 21-yard line. Gets it out to the wideout, and he's got the first. What a play to set him up with a first and goal.
That makes it first and goal.
It's 1st and goal, and they need a touchdown.
Check. Ready.
Looking for 6, and he got it. Touchdown. The extra point to tie this game up. He splits the uprights with the extra point. Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Meyer from the 4. Brought down at the 25. Late in the 4th quarter now, game is tied. Which coach can outcoach the other? It's a chess match right now. Nice run, and he's brought down. North Carolina's going to take their first time out of the half. They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. There are 5 wide receivers split out. The quarterback in the gun. They'll bring him down at midfield. Good pitch and catch there on 2nd down.
Yep, it was good enough to get him a first down. That's just a nice play.
They've got one more shot. Let's see if their prayers will be answered with a good old Hail Mary. Airing it out long. That close to being intercepted.
Pace the intended receiver on the way. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From midfield. 2nd down.
Check 3.
Wants it all. Going deep. Interception. That's the end of the 4th quarter, and we are headed to overtime. And we're back ready now for overtime. He gets out to about the 25-yard line. Second and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. He's taken down at the 23.
That's a gain of 2 on the way. That'll bring up 30 minutes.
These fans are showing you why teams hate to come here, folks. The defense calls a timeout. Third down, and they need to get it to the 15. Caught a big hit there to stop him. Mitchell picks him up about 3 yards with the catch. He gets it up, and it splits the uprights.
Griffith is in at quarterback.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 25. And down he goes at the 14. Setting up blockers, the running back's got it on the screen. Brought down around the 1-yard line.
That makes it first and goal.
It's first down, and they'll be looking for 6 points here. Got to be careful of a pass play with this defense. He takes it in for the win. What a finish. Really great game to watch. Both teams should be proud of their efforts in this one. Florida State 60, North Carolina 57.
57.
So that wraps things up for us. For EA Sports and Kirk Herbstreit. I'm Brad Nessler saying thanks, and we'll see you next time.